One moment, Orion Council here. Hold on, please. There will be announcements today. First and foremost, we have to tell you that your planets are changing in their precision of how they interact with one another. They communicate. Did you know that? We regress some of the human beings and they recall past life information. Where they are located has to do also with why this is happening. Where they are located has to do with the amount of energy available for this regression. Those people remembering the past lifetimes are having an exciting experience, but you are not all allowed that knowledge. Go inside your mind and you will find out if you are allowed. Do you have questions for Orion Council?
Yes.
So we are ready for your questions. Thank you. We love you.
Is this heavy relationship energy going to pass?
One moment, the people on your planet Earth sense that you have necessary timelines to activate with each other. So when you sense that you must do something with one another, you will get ideas. Orion Council, I am always having ideas. So who do I pick? Those of you who feel excitement about one another will gravitate towards each other eventually, and you will participate in a co-creative process. Those of you who are sensitive are asking us a very specific question. You are wanting to know if these people are indeed those who you should remain focused on because you are feeling excitement. Orion Council, why is there heaviness and excitement? It is confusing. You must look at your own practice. You have a practice for connecting to higher self. Once that practice has been practiced over and over and over again, you are more at peace, which is a way to address this circumstance. Your allowance for it must be available, and you must open yourself to the possibility that you are challenging your own connection to higher self. Where you are focusing must have an essence of a creative spark. You must have a creative spark. Some of you are not recognizing if that is available with these connections. So you must look at higher self first, then look at your connection to one another. And what this process is called is assimilation. If your friends are not aware of higher self, you may have difficulty, but if you are practicing such high concepts with one another, it will be a creative, easy connection. Thank you.
The council ready for the next question?
Yes, we are ready for the next question.
What do we do with old desires?
One moment. Look at the desire body and ask it a few questions. Where are you traveling tonight? Do you go far in your dreams? Are you close to the planet? Are you connecting with your purpose? Are you giving yourself time? When you have much excitement, you are moving quickly into a creative path. So many of you are creating these pathways. The desire to create a pathway exists. The awareness of creating pathways is a practice of you connecting to higher self, and once you become aware that you have created a new way of aligning yourself to your own happiness, you begin to run new systems which challenge your previous creations. Those previous creations are having their own capacity to generate energy. So you are wanting the highest, you are wanting movement, and you are also wanting what is for you. Do you understand what we mean?
Yes.
All of the humans on this planet are having the opportunity to challenge their past programming, and they are having to look at themselves. Naturally, you are looking at one another. It is all right. Do you feel that we have answered your question?
Yes, is the council ready for the next question?
We are ready for the next question.
Seeing less bees this summer, children strike for climate justice worldwide and getting tear gas on their face. I'm really worried for Gaia, for us, Orion Council. Yet, should we still bring babies to this world even when it may not be the future for them?
Those people who are curious about the insects on your earth are to learn about these kingdoms and their behavioral patterns. Some of you are upset by what you are reading and what you are listening to. Are you a student of biology? Is this your path? Why are you feeling upset? Some of you are tuning into these writings, and the personalities producing such texts are upset, and you are sensing their upset. It is not yours. Become aware of your own capacity. Create your own opportunity to make changes. And become aware of where you have been focusing. Your focus should bring you a sense of peace, not upset, because a focused individual has the capacity to change the course of events on the planet. Where you give birth to humans, you should remember that these humans have created systems that help them nurture these new children. Those systems are in place on this planet. Those systems are changing the way human beings relate to the process of giving birth to a human. Your awareness should be one that is expanding your sense of having options. When you are reading knowledge written by someone else, do you sense that you are given help? What we mean by this is you have a realization taking place of events that have happened somewhere, someone did something, and you are wishing well for those people. Orion Council, what do I do when I want to heal others and I don't have the capacity? What do I do in this instance? I must do something about this quite upsetting news. You know that these children are indeed great beings of light who have come to create. They also have awareness and are reading information, as are you. So enjoy the options of other humans, and you will feel a sense of peace and know that you are being observed by other humans as well. And so the creative process continues. Everyone observing everyone. Who does this and who does that? Where do I stand in all of this confusion? How many of you have taken time to connect with higher self? All right, this is our answer. Thank you.
As your body is activating more light into your body, what are some ways we can receive our DNA downloads better and integrate with the fifth dimensional life in the physical?
These energies coming from fifth dimension have to do with contact events. So many are having this experience. Be at peace with yourself, because you are not here to decide when everyone has their own individual experience. Some are in a preparation. Some have had so many experiences. And some are not going to have that experience. So you must become one with yourself and trust that there is a program for a planetary ascension. Thank you.
Next question.
Yes, we are ready. Thank you.
What techniques can we use to transmit lower energies to higher vibrational energies this month?
Dress appropriately because your body is changing. How, Orion Council, is my physicality changing? This is esoteric. Your frequency challenges your energy bodies because you are changing the way you perceive this dimension. As those bodies adjust and realign, your physicality feels a certain excitement in one area, it feels a temperature change, it also wants to rest. Now we are getting to the point. During your periods of rest, you are also creative. Do not forget that. Your fifth dimensional energy has been aligned before you became aware of it. If you are creating in another dimension at this time, do you know that you move in between the potential of that dimension and your past timeline? It is as if you were stepping into a new pair of sandals and you are seeing if they are the right fit for you. This is what many of you are doing during your rest periods. Please understand, and you can map out the changes, but we recommend that you begin to sense your own individuality and trust that you are getting communications from fifth dimension. It is most important that you are trusting what is happening. White light comes through the vessel when you are aligning to new frequencies.
I sense this will be a powerful and positive month. Am I sensing correctly?
You know that the powerful energy is coming from yourself. So many of you are talking about the sun, and we understand when Channel says it is the awareness of our sun that must bring about these past life rituals. But it is you who is changing because you are connected to all of these celestial bodies. When your scientists see how connected all of this is, they will be quiet for a while, and they will have to sit down, and they might have to sleep for a while, because they have now become aware of a fifth dimensional template they have set up for themselves. And you will see many people trying on these sandals. And you say, Orion Council, it was just a bit of news. It was just an experiment. But what we are seeing is how an individual's beliefs are changing according to a small change in the laboratory. People's beliefs change constantly. However, some are quite strong, and those beliefs are what are creating your experience. When you are sensitive personality, you might have a goal in mind when it comes to your practice. Your goal is to receive communications about the changes, and many of you are observers of these changes. So what is the work of an observer? You are not simply here to be passive, as if life took place around you and you were not important in that game. An individual who sees their own importance, who is loving of themselves, has a great impact on the environment, and some of you must not fear this powerful energy that you have within you. It is as if you were opening some more sunshine and shining it on one another. For others it is discomfort. To us it is supposed to happen. Thank you.
Will there be a 2020 reset where we physically see timelines split and people are in another reality?
When you ask about the future, we can tell you potentials. The potentials for your next year has to do with the plant life changing. Lots of human beings are challenging the old ways of collecting plants and distributing them. Some of your planetary light workers, not the ones on the spacecraft, of course, are in a process of communicating research, and so much communication is taking place that it is challenging those minds who believed that this plant kingdom operated according to one frequency only. As human beings become aware of the multidimensionality of the plants, they will change their focus, and you will see systems collapsing because no attention is being put on those systems. It is simply a natural order of things. Do not be afraid of places closing. Do not be afraid of warehouses being emptied. Do not be afraid of people pointing the finger and saying, wow, so much is happening, let's become fearful. No, the awareness of the extraordinary life around you will be enhanced, and so much appreciation for your earth itself will exist next year. This is what we see as a potential.
How can I be myself? How can I find bravery and motivation in my heart so that I can bring happiness and love into the world? How can people on earth help those in need and who are in trouble?
First, you must ask yourself, what has been my greatest struggle in my life? When you become aware of your greatest struggle, you begin to think in terms of storylines and specific events that took place to create this upset in your life. To others, it is not upsetting because they have awareness of these events, but for certain individuals, that was quite intense experience. And you must validate your own experiences. What does this mean, Orion Council? Validate our own experiences. First, you have to sense, are you feeling all right about it? And for some, it takes a long time to grasp the event. Some observe it for 10 years and then decide this was the storyline. Some of you tend to forget about these events because you do not want to focus and you do not see the value of the event. Some of you put events away and you dig it up later and you say, wow, can you believe what I found in my life? How you go about observing will affect your quality of life. When you give yourself time and permission to observe the event, remember that it is not happening at this time. If you can place events within your consciousness in a way that gives it a sense of power, You begin to have awareness of your own self. Orion Council, when I give power to external events, how does that enforce my own life? Good work asking these questions. We feel that you must become curious about an event in order to validate that event. If you are not curious about what happened, leave it alone. Curiosity should feel electric. Thank you.
Orion Council, as polarity is being pushed forward in this timeline, I see more characters being polarized into the dark one and the light one. How does one know to choose the light side when they're being a mean person at one point and then a very, very gentle, nice and angelic person at the other? How do we clear this up that we must choose the light side?
Every individual on your planet operates on a spectrum of light. There are days when they are having good thought forms. There are days when they are physically tired. There are days when they are having success in their findings. And as we said, you must validate your experience. When you can share an experience with another being, you see them calming down because you are understanding them. Most creatures on your earth are wanting to be understood. And so how is it we can do that if they are offensive? When you are offended by another personality, you are not in harmony with their choice of communication. Perhaps you are in a state of categorizing that entire personality. You are challenging the idea of how close they are to Creator. You are challenging the idea that they are not focused on wellness. And you say, oh, this person is quite slow. This person is quite detached. This person over here is suffering. This person over here has forgotten their own light, etc., etc. It is a difficulty, we understand, because human beings are changing moment to moment. But we say you must recognize the core energy signature of an individual before deciding that a personality should be confined to a four-dimensional box. And as you all become aware of a fifth-dimensional way of accelerating consciousness on a planet, you will create communities that are like-minded. But so many of these communities do not discuss these topics. So become a good listener and you will learn quite quickly who that individual is. Try listening a bit more and you will sense them. Thank you.
We have one last question. Would that be okay with the council?
Quite all right with Orion Council.
I see an increase in our love manipulation by others using mind tricks to move energy into their direction. Will this come to an end, or will we have to do something about it in order to prevent this from happening? Or does this have to do with our current vibration? If so, how? Please explain.
Some of your friends on Earth have a change going on. They are wanting certain realities to take place and are willing to do anything it takes to get to that point. And as we have explained it, on this planet here, you have options. If you listen to those individuals, you will see that they take quite a long time to discuss why and what it is they are wanting, but some are not actually moving in that direction. And we find it humorous because you have beliefs about what is appropriate creation and what is not. Now, if you could see that the individual was creating in this way, but their mental focus was on the opposite direction, you would wonder, what am I getting involved with? Orion Council, help me to see who this personality truly is. When you are saying mind tricks, you are feeling disempowered, you are feeling confusion. Perhaps the individual is feeling disempowered and confused. So Orion Council, how can I empower them and give them clarity? I love this person. How does Orion Council give you clarity? Orion Council has contacted the individual known as Krista. They have made a statement or two to human beings, but they have been in agreement with this channel here. And this agreement took a while. It took a while for the channel to accept Orion Council. And you must see that when you are forming connections with one another, some take a while to see, and some take a while to listen, and some are taking an eternity to feel. You have many layers to who you are, and you must trust the process of ascension. We are here to communicate to you the programs that you are running, but we are here to show you that positive, elevated, enhanced life experience is on its way. So, if you are trusting this communication, you must trust your own capacity to communicate your essence to others. You are doing it by simply existing here. You are changing this reality because you are physical. How, Orion Council, is my existence changing anything? People are constantly arguing. We understand, but you must know that when you are creating a choice that is beneficial to both yourself and another personality, you are affecting this entire atmosphere. You are affecting the thought form clouds that are hovering around the planet. And you do not think that you are a great being yet. Silence your mind and ask your higher self to show you who you are. Try it. Thank you.
Thank you. No more questions. Thank you, Orion Council.